Welcome back to GOO ROO Beauty. Today, another foundation review, this time from Australian brand Napoleon Perdis. Napoleon Perdis has several foundations out on the market. This one is their newest one. It is called the Stroke of Genius Liquid Cashmere Foundation, and they do claim SPF 20 protection. What I will do is share with you a little bit about the company's claims. I'll show you this product going on, also how it's lasted throughout the end of the day, and then I'll be back to share with you my thoughts and recommendations to wrap it all up. So first up, this foundation is available for 60 Australian dollars. This foundation is for skin that looks and feels as soft as cashmere. The oh so easy to apply liquid foundation offers medium coverage with a luxurious cashmere feel finish on the skin. Biopolymer filling spheres act like a liquid filler to help smooth the skin surface for a flawless finish. Okay, so this is going to be a smoothing foundation. The built-in brush applicator twists on and off to save mess, wastage and the need to use your fingers, making it perfect for touch-ups and on-the-go application. Paraben, oil and gluten-free, and available in 5 only shades. I do need 2 different shades to get a decent color match on my reasonably NC25 skin. So I am using a mix of the look 2 and look 3. I'll show that to you swatched next to each other and how I use those two together. Now, according to the box that the tube comes in, again, they actually add a little bit more than what the Napoleon website says. It does call those spheres soft focus spheres to help minimize the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, while micro lens pure light technology ups radiance and dials down darkness and shadows. Sodium hyaluronate, velvet and biopolymer spheres act as friendly fillers to help smooth skin for a flawless finish. Green tea leaf and Japanese knotweed root extracts and vitamins C and E provide antioxidant protection. They do also mention that the SPF is 7.5% octinoxate and 4% titanium dioxide. The top few ingredients, starting with water followed by cyclopentasiloxane. Most foundations that I find with cyclopentasiloxane I'm gonna love. Smoothing, nice finish. That ingredient is followed by butylene glycol, phenyltrimethicone, PEG-10-dimethicone, dimethicone, silica. So very silicone based foundation, which you are going to find to be smoothing. It comes in a plastic tube and you've got a built-in brush. This is all synthetic hair, and one of the nice things about this one is that, as I said earlier, it does click on and off, so you're not going to have a whole lot of product leaking out if the tube gets squeezed and, you know, all of it leaking out into the lid, or even worse, your makeup bag or purse. So that's really nice. Now, I don't really want to use this brush to apply it to my face, but I think I do use it in this video, so I'll show you how I do that. But usually I will just dispense it onto my hand and use a beauty blender to apply it to my face. You can use that brush or you don't have to, but I do like that it twists on and off. I do like that it comes in plastic tubing. Of course, you can try and work to get all of the very last remnants of the product out, and I like that it's lightweight. I'm going to turn now to show you right away the application, how it lasts throughout the day, and I'll be back to share with you my final thoughts. Starting off with Napoleon's Autopilot primer. I'm just smoothing that all over my face. It's a fairly smoothing, relatively non-oil controlling primer. This is just showing you swatches of look 3 on the left and look 2 on the right. It's a combination of the 2 I'll be wearing today, and you can see I'm using the brush now just to apply the darker foundation to some parts of my face and the lighter foundation to other parts of my face, blending it all in with a damp beauty blender. You can see the finish look here, a very luminous, dewy finish. Okay, we are now all blended in. Definitely a great color match when you mix the look 2 and the look 3 on me. One is too light, one is too dark, but together it is a beautiful combination. At this point, after applying with a damp sponge, you can see that I do have a dewier finish. I've definitely got medium to fuller coverage, and I could build that up a little bit more if I wanted to. I won't do that today. We are relatively smooth looking, I would say, complementary to the pores, certainly doesn't make anything look worse, and a nice coverage, nice finish. Using a Ray Morris square kabuki just to apply a very, very little amount of the Napoleon Lights Camera Finish pressed powder just to set that liquid foundation in. We're now sitting at about 10 hours after application of the Napoleon Perdis Stroke of Genius Liquid Cashmere Foundation. And I have not touched this up with powder, but I have used a relatively clean powder puff without adding any product to it, just to blot the skin. And usually my skin is quite reflective with nighttime lighting, but I think that what I can see in the monitor is pretty representative of what it looks like in real life tonight. So you can certainly see that I still do have dewiness and sort of luminosity on the foundation, on my forehead area, really all over. And I would say that that is pretty representative of how this foundation has been throughout the day. That sort of dewiness that the foundation showed at the start, and then with a little bit of powder over the top, has certainly just stayed that way throughout the day. The coverage has stayed the same, and it hasn't caked, it hasn't disappeared, and it certainly hasn't broken up or faded on my face. So at the 10-hour mark, I would say I'm really a big fan of this foundation. I love that you've still got a long-lasting coverage without having to have that matte look. I think that this kind of finish is very complementary to me and my skin tone. My skin is combination dehydrated, so if too matte, it can often look a bit cakey and aged. So I really appreciate that luminosity of this foundation. So at the 10-hour mark, I've got to say that I am really impressed with this foundation. For those of you with oily skins, I think that you will certainly need to touch up probably throughout the day, once or twice. But I think that the finish of this foundation, the coverage of this foundation does certainly make up for that. Really beautiful looking foundation that I'm very impressed with. So there you go, application and longevity of the Napoleon Stroke of Genius Liquid Cashmere Foundation. I do like that you do have some SPF coverage. I like that you can certainly apply this thinner if you want lighter coverage, or you can build it up if you want more coverage, and it's not going to get too cakey. Scent wise, it has a slight chemical smell. Certainly for me, nothing off-putting, certainly not overly perfumed or fragrance for those of you who don't like a fragranced product. And spreadability wise, I would say, you know, medium, easy application with a beauty blender sponge or a brush, you're going to be just fine. But it does have a thicker texture, so you know, for those of you who want more coverage, I would say this foundation is for. I love the fact that I get decent coverage with smoothing and also a bit of hydration. I don't find that I get, you know, a lot of oil breaking throughout the day, and this does hold up for a long time throughout the day. Regardless of what products I've used it with or not, it really has held up nicely throughout the day with a beautiful finish. So that is why I am reviewing this product. It was not sent to me with an obligation to review, but I think that it is a great foundation. So for those of you who do prefer more coverage, medium to full coverage with a sort of thicker texture, this is going to be great for you. I really would recommend this for those of you with normal to combination to even oily skins. If you do like more coverage but still a bit of hydration, this is fantastic. If you do want more of a matte foundation, then this is probably not one for you. For $60, I do think that you are getting a great foundation, which is always a really nice thing to say. The ingredients that are included in this foundation are pretty good ingredients. So green tea leaf and Japanese knotweed root extracts, vitamin C and E, which are very skin friendly. You've got antioxidant protection, and they also go on to say on the tube, purple cone flower extract, which conditions and nourishes. The fact that it is paraben free, it's oil free, gluten free, and that's about it. This foundation really does get 2 huge thumbs up. I would recommend it. Let me know if you do have drier skin, if you've tried this foundation. I'd love to hear from you in particular, and please let me know if you have any questions. I will do my best to answer them down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a beautiful day. Don't forget, you are gorgeous, and I will see you again really, really soon. Bye.